All right. Hello, I'm Ignacia. Carl is coming. We've got 2 more members. Okay. Jocelyn's also joining us. Okay, so we got Ignacia, Carla, and Jocelyn. Consuelo is joining us as well. Okay, so what the idea is, let me see, someone else is arriving. The idea is that you're going to be assigned a breakout room here to discuss and to paraphrase one of the sonnets. By paraphrasing, I mean you're going to explain this in your own language, in very modern language. You know what these a sonnet is about. Okay, it's like you're explaining with your own words to someone, and it's okay if you don't use technical language. If you are, the more generic you are, or the more casual, I would say, the better. Okay, because the idea is that you're able to explain the sonnet to anyone, even someone who's not. Imagine someone who just entered the program, someone who is in first year, just like that. Okay, I think there's we have Carla, Consuelo, Javier, Jocelyn, Catherine, Maria Ignacia. We have six. I think we're missing 2. So that's the idea. You're going to be okay. How many we have? We're not going to consider all of the sonnets. 4. We're going to consider only 3. Okay. I'm going to divide you in 3 groups. Okay. So if you are in room number 1, you're getting sonnet 18. If you are in group number 1, you get number 18. If you are in group number 2, you get 29, sonnet 29. If you are in room number 3, you get 130. Okay. I think so far there's only 1 person missing, but we cannot wait any longer. So if you get room 1, sonnet 18. If you get room 2, 29. If you get number 3, 130. Anyway, I will send a message, right? So here we go. So accept the invitation to enter the breakout rooms. All right, is everything clear here? Do you know what you need to do? Nice doggy, by the way.
Professor, can you repeat, please? What do we have to do?
Sure. You need to explain the sonnet that you were assigned in your own words, line by line.
Okay.
But in your own words, in a very simple way, just as if you were explaining the sonnet to a first year student, for example, in the program.
Okay.
But right. It's line by line, right?
Line by line,
Like
yes.
to write again, something like that.
Exactly, like rewrite it again, but with very simple words, so someone with very low English can understand them in a very casual way, actually. Very, very simply stated.
Okay, Professor.
Alrighty.
Thank
Hello, how you doing, Kia?
Hello.
Are you all right?
Yes. We
Okay.
were talking about, I think we have a sonnet number 29.
Yes, 29, that's right. So you have to explain it with your own words, line by line, in very casual language, very simple, nothing fancy, nothing sophisticated, right?
So it's line by line. We were talking about it, but in general, it has to be line by line.
Well, line by line, or at least to have an idea about each section of the poem has to do with the general meaning. What is the focus on the first quatrain? What's the focus on the second one? Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Alrighty.
Thank you.
Sure, anytime. Hello, how are you doing here?
Hello, Professor.
Hey there.
Yes, hey, we're talking about like how this sonnet compares beauties.
Professor, I have a doubt.
Okay, go on.
We have to, I don't know, to translate the poem in our own English or our own words. For example, the first line is, "My mistress' eyes are nothing like the sun." It could be something like "my girl's eyes," or we have to explain the sonnet.
Oh, just like what you were saying, like my girl's eyes, and you can use any other figure of speech that might be translated. So the idea is that you can explain this to someone who has no knowledge of Shakespeare, for example. Let's suppose a first year student in the English program, but you use a more casual language. You simplify the language and you use other ideas, but to express the same thing that Shakespeare wanted to convey in his sonnet. So
Okay.
line by line, or you may address this focusing on what is expressed in one quatrain, then in the other quatrain. That's two ways to do this.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Thank you.
Sure, anytime.
Some of them are Shakespeare's self comments and others are his friends or someone. Sorry. And the rest from 126 until the last one are dedicated to a woman.
Yes, I read the same. Like like some sonnets were very connected to other sonnets that he wrote.
Yeah, as you mentioned that the comparison of this person you mentioned to the summer's days, I read the previous one, the 17 sonnet just now, and I was not able to get who was the one who Shakespeare is referring on the sonnet, but it is someone, a close friend of his. It's not about himself.
Exactly. He is like, and in this sonnet, he's like comparing, as I mentioned before, like all the characteristics of a summer's day with the person, but also he's emphasizing that his friend is more than a summer's day. Like I don't know, maybe he's more constant, like more. I don't know how.
The coral are so red. En este caso no se ve. The sky is even more blue than her eyes, but not for that is less beautiful.
You want to explain every quatrain?
No sé, es que no se me ocurre otra forma.
I was thinking on translate line by line, but I don't know.
Okay, so let's go with the first one. My mistress eyes are nothing like the sun. You here you want to compare the brightness of an object compared to the brightness of to the metaphorical brightness of someone's eyes. But how do we set that even more simpler? How would you say it?
I was thinking on what I said to the teacher, or the eyes of my girl are, I don't know. I don't know how to say it in my own words. Or my mistress eyes are nothing like the sun. Oh,
Beautiful.
oh, okay. The eyes of my girl doesn't bright.
Algo así.
Ya, en el
En
segundo
el
le
segundo,
puse como que quería desear ser otra persona.
sí, como que le gustaría la vida de otra persona, tener como cambiar su vida. Y después en el tercero, como que incluso cuando se sienta así, como que recuerda su amor y se siente vivo otra vez. Y olvida todo eso que dijo. Nada de lo que tiene si no lo tuviera, no. Que no cambiaría su amor ni incluso por el estado de un rey. Algo así.
Ese es el último.
Yes. O sea,
Cambiaría el amor de la ya por nada en el mundo, una cosa así.
sí, es como que a pesar de que no se siente bien, como que cuando piensa en su amor, no cambiaría nada de por lo que pasa, es porque él lo tiene a ella o a él. Algo así.
Ah, ya. ¿Eso lo encontraste en una página?
Sí, porque lo busqué como en...
But the idea can be seen in the middle of the lines, like this. The idea that the characteristics of this friend are everlasting.
All right, we'll just Ms. Jocelyn, Maria Ignacia, who are still in the breakout room. And we're finishing today's session because it's, you know, the time of the day in which we finish in general. Next session, the idea is that we start with your own understanding of the with the task, actually, with your understanding of the sonnets. It's interesting to try to express something that it's, you know, that sounds very, very classical or very sophisticated into a simpler language. I was paying attention to what you were discussing. It was very, very interesting in English or Spanish. And I'm really can't wait for the next class we have so that you can share with the rest the conclusions of your conversation. All right, so again, congratulations on the work. I saw that it was going well. It was in the right direction. Sometimes it is hard to use a simple language, but remember, you don't need to translate the sonnet, but you need to refer to what you feel when you read the line and how you can put it into simpler words for anyone using basic language to understand. That's the idea, okay? So next time we meet, that is next week by Tuesday, right? We're going to start with your responses to this task, okay? Any comments, any questions that you might have before we... No questions?
Professor, I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
Will you upload the PPT presentation that you showed us today to the LMS and the one from last week?
Right on. I'm going to do it right now. Let me say.
Thank you.
No problem. I'm going to save it and I will upload it to the LMS. Sure thing. Any other comments or questions? Shakespearean sonnets.
No, Professor.
Alrighty. Have a wonderful weekend. Stay safe. Rest. I will upload the presentations to the LMS right now, so I won't forget to do it later. All right. Take care.
Sorry, mister.
Bye, Professor.
Bye.
Hi, Professor.
Bye-bye.